In today's video, I want to recap my almost $11,000 trading day. We're going to talk about what I did right, what I did wrong. I'll show you the exact trade, and I'll actually give you an insight on how I came about finding this stock, managing the trade, and we'll replay the entire trade live, all on this video for you guys. So let's kick things off. Pull up my live broker. You can see here, just want to show you this connected real-time data. Today's date, this trade was yesterday, and you can see my executions here on my broker. My first order was at 940, where I bought 174 contracts, and my second order was at 947, where I sold those 174 contracts. My entry price was 110 a contract, and my exit price was 172 a contract. And this trade lasted for 7 minutes and 41 seconds. Now, if I pull up my trade journal, you can see here my net P&L was $10,556. That is after the broker fees and commissions that accounted for $231.34. My net ROI on this trade was 54.50%, and my adjusted cost was $19,140. So I had $19,000 in this trade to make around 11 grand. I want to put emphasis on the adjusted costs. Most traders on the internet are going to tell you, ignore that. Don't look at the adjusted costs because they're probably trading with somewhere between $75,000 to $100,000 per position and showing you an equivalent amount of net P&L or less. What I want to show you and what I want you to focus on is the actual net ROI of 54%. I know most of you aren't going to have 20,000 to put on a single position. That's not realistic, but most of you will have between $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, maybe even only $1,000, right? And 54% is still a substantial gain that anyone, no matter what account size and what position size you're trading with, this would be a worthwhile net ROI. So focus on the net ROI, less on the actual net P&L. And I'll show you actually when I did that on my live trading session, as this trade was entered and exited on live with the team over inside my mentorship. As that's one of the things I do, I allow my students to see my trades so they can essentially follow along and copy myself. So let's go ahead and let's walk through that recording. And I want to highlight what I did wrong and what I could have done better, but also really what I did right, because this was a great trade. So you can see here, my screen is covering the order, but my order is sitting here on the order book. And I'm going to show you on my broker, if I open up my order history from yesterday, you can actually see my first limit order at 938 on OKLO at 88 per contract. Unfortunately, my first order did not get filled. You can see here on the chart when the actual order did come through on the software at 2130. And then you can see here the stop loss, that red line right there at 2056, and the take profit there at 2277. I ended up chasing this. First order had to cancel. Second order sent through again at 98 a contract, had to cancel that one. And my third order, I went ahead at 110 a contract and I got filled. So I chased this thing up, and you could see here where I actually ended up getting filled on this 1 minute candle, ended up losing out on quite a substantial percentage just due to the fact that I did not go in with a market order. So what I could have done better is I could have gone in with a market order. At this point, we're talking the difference of maybe a couple percent on that market order when I got filled versus me trying to chase this with a limit order and losing out on upwards of 30%. So instead of making 11,000, this could have been a $15,000 or $16,000 trade if I had just gone in with a market order. So that's something for me to always remind myself is never sweat the entry. But I did get that fill at 110, and luckily I actually got into this trade. You can see here price movement did follow through, and let's go ahead and play this through. Okay, we're filled. 110 on OKLO. Now what you could see me doing here right after I got filled was pulling up my algorithm. That's crazy. So I'm feeling okay with that just because the software buyer got in, and looks like I'm up 4 grand right now on these. So essentially right after getting in, I was up 1,200, and then a minute later, I was up about $6,000. Up 6K. You know, I did get a bit of a late entry here. You can see OKLO did continue to push. At this point, I was up just about $8,000. All right, guys, I'm gonna lock in 10K profit. Come on. 11 grand. Thank you to the software god of the stock market. And that was the live replay. You guys could see, obviously, I entered and exited all in front of my team, my students that were obviously able to get on this trade and make money alongside myself. You can see here the running P&L there, ended up locking in that profit. And if we go back to the chart yesterday, you could see at TP, we perfectly, smashed that TP, locked in that profit based on the algo. And then afterward, you could see how OKLO did end up selling off. And then throughout the rest of the day, continued to sell off. So that was the most ideal and most perfect exit we could have got. Now, how did I actually find this stock to trade? Well, let's go ahead and pull up my software. Now, this is my own trading software that I've spent the last 5 years developing. This is what I call my edge in the market. This is how I'm figuring out what stock I'm going to trade and exactly what direction to bet on that stock going, accompanied with the exact option contracts that I should buy. I'm an options trader. I trade options. So what you can see here is that yesterday on the 18th at 9:31. So right off of the open, the software sent me this order on OKLO. And you could see at the time this order came through, OKLO was trading at 21.30 per share. Now, out of those orders, when it comes to the day trading that I do, I have this day trading filter applied. Now, all of these orders that do come through on the day trading filter, they've been back tested against the algorithm that we actually go about using to manage these software trades. But this order did hit the day trading filter, as you can see there, and I can pull up the chart and you can see here OKLO. Now, I day trade every day between 9:30 to 11 o'clock. That is when the actual trades, the opportunities that my software is identifying and sending straight to me, straight to my phone, those are going to be sent during that time. After 11, no trades are going to come through for my day trades. All of this has been back tested. We've taken years and years of data. We've run these same scenarios, played them out over and over and over, and we've been able to essentially figure out not just what orders to trade that come through on the software, but how to manage those trades. So how you manage the trade is going to be obviously that determining factor in your success. Now, typically what we're seeing here is we have about a 50-55% win rate just based off of these trades and how these trades are managed. And then our average risk to reward is about a 1 to 2.5. So every one part that we're risking, we're making about 2.5 back. You don't need to have a super high win rate to make money trading. I will win about 55, like I said, percent of these trades. And the ones I win, we're making exponentially more than the ones we lose. Very happy with this trade overall. 11 grand in 7 minutes is nothing to complain about. And so thank you to the software again for that amazing trade. If you guys are interested in trading live with me every single morning, I'll put a link in the description below to my mentorship. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.